Riz is a misogynistic slur and it's repeated like 10 times. Riz is not a slur. It's slang for charisma and its usage was popularized in 2021. It's like people saying Karen is like a slur or boomer. Breaking. Red sky looms over the entire New York City. Just now. It's happening. Green sky en route. Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry. This is just what's commonly known as a sunset. Trackless trains will make subways and trams obsolete. That is a bus. How many times have we got to say it? It's a bus. Fact. God has never made a single drop of alcohol. The earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol. 100% of all alcohol is manufactured by fallen men. Well, Jesus turned water into wine. Yeah, fallen men. What? Invited a Colombian woman on vacation without meeting her first. Now we're getting married. And that's, sometimes life is like a romantic comedy, spontaneous love. Oh, hey, readers added context. The user who posted this tweet is now charged with murdering the woman in question. I don't think they're getting married anytime soon. And that's that's my takeaway. What a horrible thing to read. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. And then it's just the most horrible thing of all time. Well, American YouTuber MrBeast's goal was to provide clean drinking water for 500,000 people. Activists say his action shamed the Kenyan government and helped perpetuate the stereotype that Africa is, quote, dependent on handouts. I think I remember this. This was like last year, right? When MrBeast did the clean drinking water for 500K people in Kenya. It was like a good thing he did. And then Twitter's like, how dare you? How dare you make something a little less painful for people? You should be ashamed of yourself. Readers added context. The two people deriding MrBeast are 1, a Kenyan politician, and 2, a woman who founded a 501c3 based in Cambridge, Massachusetts that raised $131K in 2020 and spent $83,000 on themselves. You either get community noted or you get 501c3 file lookups. It's one of two things that Twitter tears you apart with. The Vatican has fallen. Oh no, help it, pick it back up. They've fallen and they can't get up. The circus is your tradition at Vatican. Pope John Paul II formalized a Vatican ministry to circus performers, and the Pope regularly invited small circus troupes to perform during Wednesday papal audiences. Papal? I don't know. The point is, as the subreddit says, get noted. Lighthouse distribution in Africa. And there's only like a handful of places without, but bet you didn't know this. Uganda does have lighthouses, and the readers wanted you to know. Thanks, terrible maps. It really was terrible. Lived up to the gimmick. Really was a terrible map. With the crisis as bad as it is, it's insane to allow kids to take and eat candy from complete strangers. You know how many dealers disguise their drugs as candy? Plus, all the candy goes in the same basket, so you have no way of knowing which candy came from where. There's razors in your apple on Halloween. That's what I knew. I've known that ever since. Readers added context. There has never been a substantiated case of a child being seriously injured or killed by a Halloween treat from a stranger. But you know what is lethal? Being stupid on Twitter. I hate boob pics. Don't send me any. The poster, in fact, does not hate boobs and would like to see pictures of them. It's a trap. I love how the source is just the Wikipedia entry for male. Oh, dude. Hello, world. I'm Anna Indiana, and I'm an AI singer-songwriter. Here's my first song, Betrayed by This Town. Everything from the key, tempo, chord progression, melody notes, rhythm, lyrics, and my image and singing is auto-generated using AI. I hope you like it. I remember when this first was like being passed around. Dude, what a crazy time. It was just, Anna Indiana is an insane thing. So silly and so dumb. And here's the context. The vocals in this video are provided by Synthesizer V Natalie. However, it is against Synthesizer V TOS to utilize the voice database using a name that is not that of the database. Claiming that Anna is a singer while using Natalie is misleading and violates this rule. Womp womp. DeSantis is our generation's JFK. He's a family man, faithful to his wife, young gun who brings energy to the party. I see no reason why we shouldn't nominate DeSantis. Readers added context. JFK was not faithful to his wife. I'm surprised this guy didn't know this because JFK was indeed like a serial cheater. Like he had that infamous affair with Marilyn Monroe, and that was just the most popular one. Like JFK was a serial cheat and adulterer. And that's like, you dig into it, you know? I like US history, and so it's very interesting to me. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff. When he died, he basically like ascended to martyrdom. It became like a legend, like George Washington in the cherry tree kind of legend, you know what I mean? So you're not really saying what you think you're saying when you compare someone to JFK. Oh boy. My favorite JFK is the one from Clone High, because he's funny. I was offered to be in GTA 6. I can't speak much about it, but like you, I was disgusted by the level of degenerate filth in the trailer. So I told Rockstar to f off. In a world plagued by OnlyFans and I pray that Rockstar Games finds God and bans GTA 6. Oh, well, that's really noble, Jackson. I'm glad you know, have this moral high ground you stand on, but as of the release of the trailer, GTA 6 is near complete with its script writing, having been finalized in May 2023. Jackson's claim that he was offered a role in the game as late as after the release of the trailer would be impossible given the development timeline. Dummy. Idiot. Fool. Throw tomatoes at him. Trans person. I'm trans. Society. Okay. Apples rolling on ice. Oh, hey, it's nice. You know, the society's accepting. Like, be what you are. Let's chill. But those are pomegranates. So you lied to me. How I sleep knowing I'll never get community noted. Think again. Oh no. They made Poison Ivy literally an androgynous freak. They are laughing at you. This is a 9-year-old. Oh my f***ing God. 9-year-olds are usually androgynous because they haven't entered puberty yet. How do you get so mad at a video game that you don't take 2 seconds to like think about what's going on before you tweet it? That's incredible. Landed in Mexico and immediately got detained by customs for, quote, having too many pieces of electronic equipment, for which they made up a number and forced me to pay taxes on. Hey, Mexico has taxes on bringing in too many pieces of electronic equipment. There's no reason to believe the number was made up, and you can look at it right here. Just familiarize yourself with the place you're going, man. That's all. And you won't run into problems like that. Taking about China, they're testing a new train model which doesn't need tracks. I don't even need to see the community note to know that this is just a bus. And yeah, readers added context. That is just a bus, a train without tracks. Dude, look at this really small train station. That's a bus stop. Taylor Swift's 1989 has been named as Album of the Century. The album 1989 by Taylor Swift was named Album of the Century by The Times. No other music site has come out with a statement saying 1989 is Album of the Century. I'm not gonna get involved with that, man. I see what the Swifties do. Listen, I think she's a very smart businesswoman. I think she has a strong business acumen. You can't go to these planets because exploration was a lie. Jesus, it gets so worse. Saturn, like any gas giant, does not have a solid surface on which a spacecraft can land on, as it's mostly composed of hydrogen and helium. And flying through it would be very difficult due to the extreme levels of pressure and very high temperatures. It would also be pitch dark. Hope this helps. Learn a little bit about space. You ever wonder what life would be like if Saturn, or like one of these big gas giants, like was as close to us as the moon was? And I don't mean like in a realistic way where like having a planet the size of Jupiter is gonna turn us into a molten sphere. Like, I don't mean that. I mean like seeing a really cool, pretty big planet in our skyline. That's just let me dream that would be feasible. What a beautiful photograph of white male privilege and entitlement. Sums up who rules our whole country. For 134 of the last 200 years, the head of state of the United Kingdom has been a woman. Just so we're clear. I think he's got a fancy, funny hat. That's what I think. That's as far as I care. Apes, first of all, I know they're the Bored Ape Yacht Club. What a crazy way to start your address. Apes, we are aware of the eye-related issue that affected some of the attendees of Ape Fest and have been proactively reaching out to individuals since yesterday to try and find the potential root causes. Based on our estimates, we believe that much less than 1% of those attending and working the event had these symptoms. While nearly everyone had indicated their symptoms have improved, we encourage anybody who feels them to seek medical attention just in case. While during Ape Fest, attendees suffered from unprotected exposure to UV lights, leading to skin and eye injuries such as sunburn, eye pain, and temporary blindness because they were using UV lights. Ninja accidentally leaked his Twitch dashboard on stream with earnings of $142,177 in the last 30 days. That would be way higher on Kick. Just saying. How? 23,828 subs times $5 is 119,140. 95% of that equals $113,183. $113,183, which is Kick's 95-5 split, is much less than $142K177. It's the Twitch ads plus the 50-50. Difference of about $29K, unless you meant he'd be getting a better contract. Actually, the vast majority of Ninja's earnings were from ad rev and Prime subs, both of which Kick doesn't offer anyone. Ninja would make significantly less on Kick, unless he was given a crazy deal to like pay him up front. Just saying. People love to sound sophisticated and brag about European art and architecture. I've seen America's and I've seen what they've got. They can't touch ours. USA! Oh, that's beautiful. You know, the Statue of Liberty? Yeah, that copper statue, which was a gift from the people of France and designed by French sculptor Bartholdi, I think that's how I say it. Its metal framework was built by Eiffel, you know, like the tower. The statue was dedicated in October 1886. The idea came from abolitionist de Laboulaye to commemorate the centennial of U.S. independence. Just in case you didn't know. Just in, Michelle Obama's ex-boyfriend David Upchurch has come forward to reveal that she is actually a man named Michael Robinson, and only became Michelle after meeting Barack Obama and having prospects of becoming First Lady. It's official, Michelle Obama is a man. Well, David Upchurch was a real person and did indeed date Michelle Obama in high school, but no, he never said any of the above statements. The only source for this claim is one YouTuber who is a Trump supporter, and it's an unverified claim with zero evidence. I also don't know what Michelle has to do with anything about, like, it's such a weird, I don't get it, man. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't think I am, but it feels like such misguided. Is this because she changed lunches? After 15 years, solar panels are no longer efficient and must be disposed of. But this trash is highly toxic and poses major environmental and health risks. Solar panel waste is 300 times more harmful than nuke waste. Often solar waste is sent to poorer nations for disposal. Follow for more. Did Mr. O'Hare from the Lorax write this tweet? Oh god, this guy picks them apart bit by bit. Solar panels last 30 to 35 years. Panels are mostly aluminum and glass, easily recycled and non-toxic. The author is in the fossil fuel industry. He is O'Hare! And is not a credible source. I knew it, dude. That oil shill got owned, my man. Check out the diverse girl bosses who overshot the runway and crashed a P-8A aircraft into the sea. The military is really stacking up the L's this week. The photograph of the all-female squadron depicts Patrol Squadron VP-45, 9/21/2023. The crash plane was reportedly crashed by Patrol Squadron 4, the Skinny Dragons, which does not appear to be all-female. And here is 5 different sources. The quintuple dunk. That's an accurate map of Korea. Hopefully they'll be united one day. The Republic of Korea is a sovereign nation with its own government system independent of the United States government. American occupation zone. No, incorrect. Incorrect, no. Bitch, call me George because I'm curious. There's no history of anybody referring to this user as George. I should have died that day. Baby smiling shark. That shark is suffocating. Put it back. Put it back where you found it, or so help me God. Palestinian boy shares his bread with a dog. That's a cat. Oh man. Oh man. My question is, how'd you confuse a cat for a dog? Yeah, pretty lame for a Christian rapper to glorify violence. Hey, read the Bible. Violence is necessary. The Bible says the second is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There's no other commandment greater than these. Mark 12:31. Did you read the Bible, Tyson? Or did you cliff notes it? San Francisco today during Chinese President Xi Jinping's arrival. Not a single American flag in sight. Does this piss anybody else off? There's an American flag being waved in the lower left corner. It can be seen very clearly at 21 seconds. Representative George Santos. The way Elon came after my meme with that community note is abhorrent. Community notes are, as the name suggests, posted by users of the X community and voted as helpful or unhelpful by other users. Elon Musk has no personal involvement with community notes. Because even Muskie himself has gotten noted. You think he's immune? But, you know, let's just see the meme, okay? Let's just see the meme. Let's just figure out what he's talking about. They're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. Well, they are, in fact, after Representative Santos, who is accused of stealing money from his own donors, among other offenses. Everything I've ever heard about George Santos has been against my will. I don't want to hear more about this man. If you actually, no joke, like really believed in Santa as a kid, you were kind of dumb. What do you mean? That's my favorite Christmas opinion. Santa is real and NORAD tracks his movements every year. So how about you stop hating on Mr. Claus? My friend just sent me this video from the subway in Yangzhou, China, a city most Americans have never heard of. He says it's safe, clean, and reliable. No drug addicts or criminals. In America, this would be unthinkable. But it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be because this is a video from the subway of San Francisco. I was 23 years old when I realized Who Let the Dogs Out is a song about ugly bitches in the club, not letting actual dogs out. Oh. Well, actually, the Baja Men hit Who Let the Dogs Out is actually about men who catcall women in public, as confirmed by the composer Anselm Douglas in the 2019 South by Southwest documentary with the same title. Don't you ever make an assumption about the Baja Men, especially around here. Did we cancel D-Day because of a little rough weather? No. Play the damn game. Well, D-Day was actually delayed by a day because of the weather. Everyone needs an off day if it's raining. No one wants to slip and fall. They've literally found Noah's Ark in Turkey. What more proof do you need that the Bible is true? This should be the most talked about archaeological find ever, but alas, the world's under the spell of Satan. This is a geological feature and not the remains of Noah's Ark. I don't know how you see that and just go, yep, that's the Ark. Would it be too meta to do a reaction video to a reaction video? Just so you know, for additional context, it needs to be known this tweet was written in the wake of the controversy regarding Sniper Wolf. Little poor timing, YouTube. Counter-Strike's audience is also 95% male compared to the much more equitable gender ratio in competitor games like Valorant. Valorant does not force you to play as IDF soldiers and includes multiple playable female characters. Hey, CSGO has multiple women agents and there's no official data in what's the gender ratio of CS players. So we're bringing up stats that don't exist with facts that aren't real. Oh no. Whoa! Massive farmers protest happening right now in Berlin. Tens of thousands of people have shown up to support them. Did you see any of this in the media? And here's why I said, oh no. Elon's made his appearance. Is there really no media coverage? Absolutely none. European media is the worst. Dear God. They broke out the thesaurus. In fact, it's everywhere in European media. Here's some examples below, just in case you were thinking we were bluffing. I'm convinced that everyone watched this video growing up. This post is an attempt to quickly and cheaply generate engagement to promote enlargement products. Oh no. These products are unethically prey on people's insecurities. At best, they're scams, and at worst, can have potentially harmful side effects. Don't fall for it. You don't need the blue chew, it's fine. Harvard president's resignation highlights new conservative weapon against colleges, plagiarism. Well, plagiarism's a breach of rules for Harvard, and Claudine was ultimately forced to resign for a series of breaches of this policy. You telling me they plagiarized multiple times and got forced to resign? Who would have thought? It wasn't proven she plagiarized, FYI. Harvard didn't find that evidence. Oh, you silly fool. You posted something wrong, incorrect, because Harvard did find that evidence, and here's a link. It's too easy out here. Premium Plus also has no ads in your timeline. Many of the largest advertisers are the greatest oppressors of your rights to free speech. Premium Plus will give you access to the Grok AI. Well, actually, it doesn't give you immediate access to Grok AI. Premium Plus is a requirement to join the waiting list for access to Grok AI. This isn't clearly stated on the XAI website, but signing into Grok as a Premium Plus user allows you to join the waitlist for access. And just so we're extra clear, while Premium Plus offers no ads in the For You and following timelines, subscribers will still see ads elsewhere on the platform. Ads on profiles and post replies, immersive media viewer, and promoted events in Explore, promoted trends, and promoted accounts, that still happens. So it's a little misleading there. I don't understand the point of Grok, because it's all just sourced on Twitter itself, isn't it? What's the point of it? Isn't this from Harry Potter? This is literally the New Zealand Minister of Health. No, that's not the New Zealand Minister of Health. That is a character. Welcome to my POTS nightly routine. Affluent white women just make up new imaginary illnesses to feel special. POTS is when your heart rate increases very quickly after getting up from sitting or lying down. Some people may need treatment with medicines, and it's known as postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Tachycardia? I don't know if I'm saying that last bit right. That part's getting me. It's a tweet from Ian Miles Chong. I knew it wasn't going to be anything worthwhile. You know what I mean? It's not good takes. Man Pompeii, 79 CE. This man saw his entire world crumbling to fire and ash and decided to crank one out before facing eternity. Legend. No, he wasn't The heat of the pyroclastic surge flexed his muscles, and his posture is a result of heat bending his limbs. A much more, bleak explanation. Not as fun as the man jorking it, but it's what it is. Really? The Pope is a dictator who has the authority to exercise unlimited power without due process? Yes. Yes, indeed. Show me a Shakespeare play that had lewdness or sexual behavior. I'll wait. Shakespeare's plays are notoriously rife with sexual innuendo. It was kind of like one of his themes, man. You're smoking crack. Here's my case for why I should vote for the crab in the mob vote. Oh, this didn't age well, because the crab didn't win. But all the information released about the mob vote specifies that the crab claw increases reach placing blocks, nothing about breaking blocks nor hitting entities. Sorry that you had to find out this way. Annoying kids outside screaming nonstop. I went full old man and blasted a 17.4 kilohertz tone out of my window, and they left within 5 minutes. Too high pitched for me to hear, but not them. 17.4 kilohertz, also known as the mosquito, can cause hearing damage, trigger seizures, and create problems for wild and domestic animals. It's dangerous to use it indiscriminately in populated areas. It's not a solution to stop people from having fun outside. Bite of 87 wouldn't have happened if there was vegan pizza then. Isn't that right, Five Nights at Freddy's? PETA when I could never give up cheese. The Bite of 87 would have still happened, as in the prequel game FNAF 2. Phone Guy states the animatronics went more aggressive after someone used a yellow suit. The night before the last birthday at that location would happen, and last chance for the Bite of 87 to reasonably happen. The bite wouldn't have happened because no one would go to Freddy's if they only had vegan pizza. I think that's what they were saying. I think we were just a little confused with their message. How Ukraine's dam collapse could become the country's Chernobyl. Chernobyl is in Ukraine. This is basic geography. Cigarettes aren't even that bad for you. What do you mean? They literally smoked their aura away. Cigarettes are in fact bad for you. I don't agree with the whole aura part. I don't get that bit. I don't understand what they mean by that. But yeah, cigarettes are bad. They harm nearly every organ of the body and can lead to a variety of fatal illnesses, including lung cancer. They are indeed that bad for you. Uh-oh. We got Bobby Big Balls here. I've f***ed dozens upon dozens of women, and not a single one was able to. Sounds like a skill issue from your part, man. Sounds like you're not trying hard enough. Sounds like you're not providing a valuable service. It's biologically impossible for women to achieve orgasm. I don't know why y'all just be lying on this app for no reason. This is disinformation. Women are more than capable of achieving orgasms. This is just the poster's personal experience of having sex with women. A very disappointing track record. Man for man, the greatest fighting force the world has ever known. The soldiers of the Confederate States of America. Is that so? Because those soldiers fought one war and lost that war. Kong destroys the iguana in hand-to-hand combat. Without his little laser breath, Godzilla wouldn't even be in competition. This is the first round of their battle and occurs in the sea before the movie climax. In this fight, Godzilla doesn't use its breath and actually emerged victorious after dragging Kong into the ocean in hand-to-hand combat. The clip itself is incomplete. I wish it was colder. I wish it was warmer. Spring. I wish I was happy. And I wish that we knew the artist, because in the post it's cut. But readers let us know that the artist was a loading artist. Thank you. Can anyone explain? That's so scary. Yeah, we got you. Cloud. From Final Fantasy?
Palestinian boy shares his bread with a dog. That's a cat. And that completely changes the context here, folks. That boy isn't sharing his bread. He is being mugged by the cat. Reminder that Womp and Thwomp are two separate beings. These are both Thwomps. Wow, a free game without ads. Total Battle War Strategy. Over 5 men have downloaded it. Oh, better click play now. Wait, what's this? Readers added context. This game has ads. Ew, what? Egads. Color me shocked. Because apparently shocked is a color now. Fact. God has never made a single drop of alcohol. The earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol. 100% of all alcohol is manufactured by fallen men. Holy okay. Here we go.
Jesus turned water into wine.
How I sleep knowing I'll never get community noted.
Think again!
What did you even source, though? Adobe Photos? Here's a photo of Yasuke, the first black and the firstborn Japanese samurai. Haters will say this is fake because he doesn't have an afro. Which is a reference to Afro Samurai, the anime. I'm not making some... It's not a racial comment. It's a reference to an anime. Oh, wait. I forgot. This is readers adding context. AI-generated image. The first camera was invented in the 19th century. The image of the tweet can be found for sale on FreePic, premium AI images. I just have to say, thank God for these community notes on Twitter. Could you, man, it's been bad enough without them. You can do this with any bear you see in the wild. They're actually incredibly gentle creatures. Dude is offering a potato to a bear that looks like someone ran out of 3D printing material as they got to the head. And now it seems some readers have added context they thought people might want to know. You should never feed or approach a bear, a giant omnivorous muscular animal with claws that could tear your guts open. Pretty lame for a Christian rapper to glorify violence. Hey, read the Bible. Violence is necessary. Take it away, context. The Bible says, "The second is this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these." That's right, Tyson. My counter trap card, Mark 1231, negates your passage. Trackless trains will make subways and trams obsolete. Wow, innovation of a new age. First we had rickety old wheels and carriages, and then we upgraded to tires with buses and stuff, and then also trains and trams going through this area. But now we've upgraded to... Wait a minute. Readers added context we thought people might want to know. It's a bus. It's literally just a bus. A bus with priority lanes. What is the Silicon Valley levels of innovation BS? Literally smoked their aura away. Cigarettes aren't even that bad for you? Oh, wow. Cigarettes are in fact bad for you. Where have you been for the last 40 years at this point? They harm nearly every organ of the body and can lead to a variety of fatal illnesses, including lung cancer. Can anyone explain? Well, it seems you've summoned an eldritch god upon your town. Enjoy the end of days, hug your loved ones, and all worship your fluffy demise. No, wait, got some context here. Cloud. Great. So Twitter has just notified us that this eldritch god is named Cloud. So that's the name you need a chant to appease them. Oh. I was 23 years old when I realized Who Let the Dogs Out is a song about ugly bitches in the club, not letting actual dogs out. The Baha Man hit Who Let the Dogs Out is actually about men who catcall women in public, as confirmed by the composer Anselm Douglas in the 2019 South by Southwest documentary with the same title. Well, there you have it, folks. Plot twist, this song is actually feminist. Look into my eyes. The earth is flat. It doesn't move. NASA is full of the chemical makeup of this person's brain. We aren't spinning and flying and catapulting through a black void for the rest of time that doesn't actually exist. We live in something that I only started believing in once a fancy cool movie came out about it, the same way a bunch of people think Hogwarts actually exists just because there are Harry Potter movies. Might I remind you, I'm an adult. We are all connected to each other and God/source. I am not impressed anymore by you globetards. What? And your incessant lies to keep the truth coming out. Community note this, mother flippers. Alright, bet. The Earth is demonstrably not flat. This post ignores all evidence of day, night, seasons, celestial star tracks at different latitudes, aerostratusthenes, estrogens, proved circumference in 250 BC. Archditarchy proved heliocentric solar system at a similar time. Oh, come on now, gang. If the conspiracies aren't true, then who else do they get to blame for their life not being the way they want it to be? Oh, but they weren't finished with us, folks. These clowns really want to play with me with your community joke on a selfie? Get a life, losers! Last I checked, the effort they put in here was a single link to a Wikipedia article. Took maybe 5 minutes of their time. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more time in a single human life than just 5 minutes. Oh, where is the freedom of speech, Elon Musk? This ain't it! Nobody cares about your trash Wikipedia notes sitting your Freemason science cultist who started this whole freaking cult, so go ahead and community note this too, you pathetic sacks of useless meat flesh. No, look at you advocating for shutting down other people's speech because it doesn't match with your ideologies of what speech is. Foolish fool, you have freedom of speech. You're using it right now. You're just upset that you're not free from the consequences of your stupid mouth. I'm convinced that everyone watched this video growing up, so I genuinely don't know what this is. I'm assuming it is some content not safe for people under the age of 18. But okay, seems just like an innocent reference from the yesteryears of when people were first exposed to, like, wow, I can find this kind kind of stuff online and not just from my dad's magazines. But nope, a right hook of accusations from the context here. This post is an attempt to quickly and cheaply generate engagement to promote PP enlargement products. These products unethically prey on people's insecurities. At best, they are scams, and at worst, can have potentially harmful side effects. Well, see, now that just makes me extra curious as to know what the whole dialogue was going on underneath this whole Twitter thread. Intermittent fasting linked to 91% increase in risk of death from heart disease, study says. Does it? Does it really? Let's see. It is a sensationalistic conclusion based on a non-peer-reviewed, low-quality study with flawed methodologies and data. Yeah, until I see some peer-reviewed data on like most stuff, I always interpret study says as, in my opinion. Here we have a woman celebrating girl dinner, some Fritos corn chips, and Monster energy drink. Dinner of champions. But unfortunately, this woman had the audacity to show her body! Ugh! Why are her legs so hairy? I know it's not so much ignorance, it's just blatant sexism and disgusting projecting of beauty standards, but hey, let's add some context so that we think people might need to know. The reason is because women naturally have leg hair. I love that they still cited a source, as if you couldn't just look at any human being outside. Like, the source should just be, go outside. For those asking how the trucker boycott is working out for New York, see below. From Fright Bandit, I'm at a Whole Foods in Brooklyn right now. Look at the state it's in because of this trucker boycott. Wow, that's crazy. It really goes to show that the trucker boycott of February 2024 is actually making an effect. Oh, wait. Photo is from 2022. And there you have it. The trucker boycott is so effective, it's affecting food produce from 2 years ago. This is literally the New Zealand Minister of Health. So obviously just a movie character. Like, that is not the New Zealand Minister of Health. No shame on the original poster though. I think they are clearly just making a joke. This is obviously not true. They know it is. They're just trying to see if anyone's stupid enough to fall for it. Dinner with a 19-year-old teen mom with 2 toddlers. Oh God, that's... Assuming you did want the children, despite the living standards you might have to be dealing with, good on you. We got some pepperoni pizza and Lay's barbecue chips. Naturally, someone online has to respond like, this is extremely damaging and is child abuse. And that's ignoring the community note alone that says, feeding your children pepperoni pizza is not abusive. I love Grit Cult's mindset here. Just, don't feed the kids at all. Yeah, that's not abusive, but feeding them, that's bad. We're aware of significant social media commentary. Some of the comments are personal and hurtful. This is unacceptable. Look, coming from a police account, that sounds genuinely threatening. I don't know. Like, it's one thing to say, guys, stop. It's another when a police account says that. Like, there are consequences from them. But thank goodness for the context. Being able to speak out against police behavior is not only acceptable, it is crucial to a free society. So I guess legally, all the police can do in this situation is cry. Stop calling us out for things that we know are wrong. I don't want to be held accountable. Trans person. I'm trans. Society. Okay. Apples rolling on ice. Oh gosh, really? A post about trans people? We need to clarify this context. We need to nip this in the bud. I'm sick of all this woke nonsense. These are pomegranates. God! Really? The Pope is a dictator who has the authority to exercise unlimited power without due process? Ooh, that is a huge dramatic assumption about something. Let's just get the context here. Yes. No, wait, really? What? You... Christianity's great, folks. It's so good. It's the best. Riz is a misogynistic slur. Hey, so Riz is not a slur, it is slang for charisma, and its usage was popularized in 2021. What even is this pole vault of an assumption towards a phrase? It's a term that compliments a man's ability to be considered attractive. Apparently, giving a man a compliment like this is misogyny. What a beautiful photograph of a white male privilege and entitlement. Sums up who rules our country. Yes, the man who recently became king because, the last leader passed away. Who was that again? I'm sure it doesn't matter. Anyway, here's some context. For 134 of the last 200 years, the head of state of the United Kingdom has been a woman. Just another typical smooth brain argument from someone who themselves is white. What Christmas opinion will have you like this?
If you actually, no joke, like really believed in Santa as a kid, you were kinda dumb.
Actually, no. Santa is real. Source, NORAD, which tracks his movements every year. And there you have it, folks. Santa actually is real. Your parents giving you the truth when you were about 10 years old? That was a lie. They were just testing your faith, and you failed.
You failed, Santa. All those times he says ho ho ho, it's not laughter, it's crying. Crying and sobbing in disappointment and you not believing him in anymore.
You cannot go to these planets because exploration was a lie.
Jesus, it gets so worse.
So I'm assuming this is Starfield in the case that they can't actually go onto the planet of Saturn. They can go to the moons, but that's about it. How disappointing. They wanted to be able to land on Saturn. To which it does make me kind of want to throw up, but we've got to defend the AAA game developer here. Saturn, like any gas giant, does not have a solid surface on which a spacecraft can land on, as it's mostly composed of hydrogen and helium. What's more, flying through it would be very difficult due to the extreme levels of pressure and very high temperatures. It would also be pitch dark. So basically, if you really want to go visit Saturn, just blindfold yourself and try to walk around your house while someone's sitting on you and two others are pushing you around.
Today I got an unexpected delight. I can't thank you enough.
Wow, NFTs, tokens, looks legit. It's an ad too. This person was generous enough to share their post all around the internet for anyone willing to pay them. Yeah, this is a scam. Okay, but what's interesting is their note here, the source for this is just the Wikipedia article on the word fraud, or the term fraud. It's not exactly evidence that this specifically is a scam, but you know, it's a scam. Come on, it's a scam. Baby smiling shark. Oh, it's so happy to see you. That's so cute. That shark is suffocating.
Breaking! Red sky looms over the entire New York City just now. It's happening. Green sky en route.
I'm assuming this is some QAnon account. Like, they genuinely think this is some sort of end of days thing. Now, this might just be evidence that they were genuinely born yesterday, but, this is what is commonly known as a sunset.
Well, almost everything is made in China. War, the only thing not made in China. Unlike those stupid Westerners who always invade places and try to colonize their country.
China invaded Tibet in 1950. China invaded India in 1962. China invaded Vietnam in 1979.
Affluent white women just make up new imaginary chronic illnesses to feel special.
Damn, even dude's profile picture is just naturally angry at everything. It's like the male equivalent of the resting bitch face, a sooky frown on the lips and even the eyebrows. It's beautiful. And welcome to my POTS nightly routine. Now, I did this incredible thing. I Googled POTS instead of just making a response to this post and say that it's stupid and made up. Turns out it's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Nailed it. Commonly affects women between the ages of 15 and 50. Wow, look at that. Take it away, community notes. It is when your heart rate increases very quickly after getting up from sitting or lying down. Some people may need treatment with medicines. It's also known as postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Emphasis on the you have to say that at the end. Because love knows no species. Nope, I can see where this is going, and no. He's like my brother. Yeah, my best friend's a cat.
She's my girlfriend and the love of my life.
Love knows no species.
Oh, Jesus. Read this out in context. Read this out in context. Animals cannot consent and should not be considered a person's girlfriend or the love of their life. I'm sure you're just exaggerating your love of being a pet owner, but I'm sorry, but zoophilia is a thing in this world, and we can't take any chances.
Watching someone post something so confidently just to get absolutely backhanded by the community is pretty fun. So we've compiled a bunch of those from r/getnoted. The Super Size Me documentary guy who ate McDonald's every day for 30 days just died of cancer. We're not gonna say it was McDonald's, but Morgan Spurlock was an alcoholic for over 30 years, and alcoholism has been shown to dramatically increase your likelihood of developing cancer. That may have played a pretty big reason of why he died. I remember seeing all of the stuff on Twitter about him, and then he died like a day later. Like, Twitter manifested it into existence or something. It was pretty crazy. The first trailer for Barry Jenkins' live-action Lion King prequel, Mufasa: The Lion King, in theaters December 20th. Hey, this movie is not live action. It's photorealistic, but no, this isn't. Live action is not right. That's not a real lion. So, two women can have a baby, but it'll always result in a baby girl? Oh my god. No, wrong. Incorrect, actually. Love your enthusiasm, though.
I hate backshot pics. Don't send me any.
Hey, this account does this every week. When they get community noted, they delete the post. This post needs a note. Don't send this guy any backshot pics. He's just trying to get free backshot pics. And you know, that's not something unique just to the rare insults gimmick Twitter. There's a lot of gimmick Twitters where they'll be like, they'll post something in gimmick, spread asshole. This is why you should do a 15-minute baking soda soak to clean your produce. Ugh. The brown color of the water is likely due to the natural presence of anthocyanins, turning the water brown due to a chemical reaction with baking soda, not because of dirt. Is washing your fruit with baking soda the move? I always thought you were just rinsing it off with water. I always thought that was the move. But I don't know. Me personally, I like the pesticides. It gives it a little tang, gives it a little kick. I like it. Excuse me, Apple. Why is the calculator wrong? When you key in 50 plus 50 and hit the equals key, it'll give you 100. Multiply that by 2 and you get 200. That's correct. But type in 50 plus 50 times 2 and it spits out 150. What gives? Well, the Apple calculator is not wrong, because that equation is correct. And if you follow, what is this, the golden rule, PEMDAS? Yeah, 50 times 2, which is 100, plus 50 is 150. Even I know that one. Middle-aged women will do anything other than cardio, weight training, and count calories. Reader's note, bungee workouts are literally cardio. They're a very funny-looking form of cardio, but I could imagine that that's a form of cardio. I don't know if I'd ever do that one. I would be scared of being at that angle, but it looks like a good time. A groundhog named Chuck has been stealing a farmer's crop from Delaware for 4 years and eats it right in front of a surveillance camera because he is just that kind of guy. But Chuck the groundhog isn't stealing. The owner planted a garden especially for Chuck and his family. Chuck's girlfriend is called Nibbles and they have 4 groundhog children. And it's just his groundhog girlfriend? The real scandal is why Chuck hasn't put a ring on Nibbles yet. Don't forget on Sunday, the clocks go back this weekend. I'm setting mine to 1940 when this country had some bollocks. Well, that's awesome, John. I'm glad you posted this meme. Great work. The clocks go forward this weekend, so you're not setting yours back at all. They're no brain, zero brain, head empty. Can anyone explain the scariest thing of all? Cloud. Select 2 objects that are the same shape. There is no same shape! Hey, pal. Cylinder. White people always messing with other people culture. And then I don't know how you would vocalize these 2 emojis. I can't. It's like, oh, like I don't know what that expression is supposed to convey. But the context is the girl in the video. That is certainly a last name she has. Daisy Oxenstierna is a Swedish-Indonesian dancer who lives in Bali and speaks the local language fluently. She is here performing, come on community note, Lagong, a style of Balinese dance characterized by exaggerated hand movements and facial expressions. So maybe you're messing with other people's cultures. Eddie Ruffin, anti-cheetah pea, I see you. Bro pulled up with 2 sugar babies. Absolute legend. Not quite, Marty. Those are his daughters. I have a huge penis! This was already debunked in November last year by basically every major news source in multiple countries. No, you don't, Nermal. No, you don't. This is actually a good representation of what feminism is doing to men, making them docile and weak. Playa, that is a dog, not a man, and I will be honest, what I am hearing is that the dog has a better skincare routine than you, the human with access to these products, does. Sounds like Steven has craggly ass skin, cracked ass skin, dry ass pores, dead ass hair. This dog is living his best life. Scientists at Stanford University have reconstructed this 3D model of how Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, might have looked. And coincidentally, this is a Dua Lipa 3D model. If there's correlation there, Stanford scientists have yet to confirm. Taylor Swift wore T earrings at the 87th show of the Eras Tour. Ha ha ha. That's a cross. As if the English are fighting the Germans already. Hey, pal, just between you and me, this video contains an audio excerpt from pornography, which means when opening this in front of your mother-in-law, you may very well end up embarrassed with him explaining the do. Just before you open it. Is it like the really loud, obnoxious, like car horn moan? Is that the one? Celebrities with loyal partners since childhood. Will Smith and Jada Smith. No, incorrect. Incorrect, actually. Good morning. This account is a fake account, also called a catfish account, who is posting images in order to farm engagements and followers, and most of such kind of fake accounts later change the username or sell their accounts. So they're getting a bag by fooling you. Oh, damn it! There's so many fake accounts on Twitter though, it's kind of insane. This is what your brain cells look like when you learn something new. Wrong. This is completely false and you are stupid. This is a psyop to make you gay. Muscle mommy fetish is literally homosexuality. It's not gay for men to like women. I always see the meme of like, fellas, is it gay to like women? I mean, she's, you know, she might literally be kissing a guy, and if you like her, that's by proxy, that's gay, right? I mean, dude, when I see these posts, I always like, it's hard to imagine the very, very rigid definition of femininity these guys have. There's like, it's like 3 rules, and if you break any of them, he's like, no, that's gay. I don't like that. You gotta lighten up a little bit, man. Why you shouldn't visit Hawaii if you aren't a native. A threat. Oh, this feels contentious. Readers added context. Tourism makes up more than 20% of Hawaii's GDP, over $2 billion in tax, and supports hundreds of thousands of jobs. Stopping tourism would destroy all of that. You should visit Hawaii at your own discretion as long as you're mindful of the local communities. That is a wonderful, nuanced take. So apparently you need minerals and electrolytes in your water to get hydrated. Otherwise, you're just filling up your bladder. Well, you know, pal, plain water is enough for hydration and doesn't need anything added to make it so. It's gonna fill up your bladder either way. You're gonna be hydrated nonetheless. Water is water. Next month, X is going to make me give my ID to an Israeli company connected to their intelligence agencies. My ID has my home address on it. Hey, Elon Musk, some of us with verified accounts have been publicly threatened by the IDF. Then Elon, why would we have your home address? Well, Elon, if he read the tweet, don't worry, we can clarify for you. ID cards often contain the address of the card holder as one of the pieces of personal information displayed on the card. For example, driver's license typically include the holder's residential address. Look at your license, Elon. What does it say? Yeah, it says your address. That's for everybody. Creepy Star Wars facts you probably didn't know. Get ready to get real scared and spooked and creeped out. 1. Actor Jake Lloyd played young Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace 1999. But at the age of 12, he retired from acting due to bullying and destroyed all of his Star Wars memorabilia. Years later, he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia after being involved in a high-speed car chase with police. Well, that's a great story, but his mother has stated that his leave from acting was completely unrelated to bullying in Star Wars, and that he also still likes Star Wars. So, not quite. What happened to Jim Carrey? This is gonna scare you. He aged. Remember, J.K. Rowling owes Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson and Rupert Grint her entire legacy. She should be more grateful to them. Without their solid performances in the films, Rowling would just be another random children's author with a movie adaptation flopped to her name. Rowling was a global best-selling author before the release of the first Harry Potter film, winning numerous awards and topping best books lists since first release. OP leaves out this important context in order to smear the author over a separate issue. You know, I think there's a lot of valid things to criticize J.K. Rowling for, but I feel like in an attempt to be like, yeah, this person's shit, oftentimes we'll just like throw out every single thing and disregard it because it's funnier. And I think I'm using the right word. I think I'm using the right word here, funnier, to be like, yeah, they're just shit. That being said, I used to be a Harry Potter kid, and it's pretty disappointing seeing J.K. Rowling today. So yeah, I don't blame you one bit if you want to dunk on her. And I think she's more than earned it. 2 movies, a year apart, same bitch. Shout out to Gen Z for teaching me this. Oh, her career is over. Well, at the time of filming the film on the left, Everybody's Sing in 1938, Judy Garland was aged 16 and under the control of her mother, Ethel Gum, in MGM Studios studios who restricted her autonomy. She financially and morally supported the civil rights movement at the time. Yeah, because she was a child actor being made to do things. Also, isn't she dead? Isn't Judy? Hold on. She passed very long ago. I believe her career has been over. A thread of celebrities before and after they became famous. 16, Macaulay Culkin. That's a great photo, but he was already famous in the first photograph as well. This is literally the New Zealand Minister of Health. Oh, really? That's interesting. Context, that is not the New Zealand Minister of Health. Who is that, though? I believe that's another Harry Potter thing, actually. It's been a minute since I'd seen the movies, and I did not recognize the character. A third of celebrities before and after they became famous. Oh, same thread. Michael Jackson. Well, man, Michael Jackson's been famous since childhood. That's not accurate. It's a shame Declan Rice has low standards. He makes $40K a day, is 6 foot, and plays for one of the biggest teams in the world, but chooses to be with an unfortunate woman like that. Absolutely disgusting behavior. Gross, man. Why would you write something like that? Who cares, dude? Jesus. Writing this notes that OP will not be able to monetize such despicable posts. Beautiful. Fantastic. Well done. Mr. Beast is once again displaying his white savior complex while looking like a literal colonizer. Mr. Beast built 100 houses for people in need that would not have a roof to sleep under. At no point in his video does he colonize a country. The revenue generated by these videos is spent on more charity projects. It is also worth noting that this user has never built a home. I guess so. Cybertruck is savage on off-roading trails and handles the mud like a champ. This is not off-roading. As you can see, they are on a road. This 14-year-old CEO rejected a $30 million buyout offer. Well, shortly after this video, the company was exposed as a scam, orchestrated by Kyle Sandler, who conned $1.9 million from Opelica investors with fabricated deals and press releases. Oh no, you know what that means? You take money from angel investors, you're never seeing light of day again. My Euro summer vibe, no phone summer. Oh, hey buddy, that object on the left is a phone. I think what you meant was no touchscreen summer, in which case, yes it is. I was today's years old when I learned Geppetto was actually a slave master and he made his puppets from slave skin and hair. Pinocchio was actually a possessed doll made from slave skin and hair, and he was actually seen walking around without Geppetto, and no one knows where the puppet is located today. I mean, it makes sense now when you find out who Walt Disney really is. None of that is true. Pinocchio as a character was invented by the Italian journalist Carlo Lorenzini, and the story isn't related to slavery, nor is Pinocchio made of enslaved people's skin. We didn't have an Ed Gein story. That wasn't what was here. Hi, Germans. How to host perfectly? Just ask Qatar. Hey, buddy. More than 6,000 people died building the stadiums for the Qatar World Cup. I don't think they hosted perfectly. See what being thirsty gets you? Bro went on a date with Rasputia, LMAO. User in the video was not catfished. No, he fully knew what his date looked like. He's just being mean. Yeah, New Jersey's in play for Donald Trump. Could Joe Biden draw a crowd like this? No, Donald Trump couldn't either, because this is a photo from a Rod Stewart concert almost 30 years ago. Crazy how we can trace the photo. How they used to make a rope before technology. This is technology. Baby smiling shark. This is a sad post. I don't even need to read the community now. Yeah, the shark is suffocating. It's not smiling. Put it back in the water. Helldivers 2 is the best RPG of 2024. Do you agree? No. I don't actually. Helldivers 2 is a PvE squad-based shooter, not an RPG. Not the same category, actually. Dude, Neymar slid into my girl's DMs with a whole ass wife and kids. I mean, maybe he just wanted to play soccer with me by reaching out to her, but I don't know. This is a fake screenshot made to generate engagement. Neymar has not spent more than 24 hours without posting stories on his Instagram account, and we don't see any stories there, so not him. Whoa, undercover Ukraine spies at Walmart. Wrong. The lady in this video is speaking Russian, not Ukrainian. She was caught shoplifting and is getting arrested. She is not a spy. Simple, beautiful life. I was made to read books, wear pretty dresses, spend time in nature, and fall wildly in love. Oh, yo, dog. That's what's up, dude. But strawberries don't grow on trees, so why you lying about the strawberry? Stingrays like to be tickled, apparently. Wrong. It is being left out of water and suffocating. Can we please put it back in the damn water? They're gonna lead us to war because they think they own a country they hate. This is my flag and it doesn't have any stars. The sun is a star, buddy. I don't know if I needed to be the one to tell you that, but yeah, it's a star. It's Sunny in Philadelphia would get absolutely destroyed if it aired in this day and age. Well, funny enough, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is in fact still airing in this day and age. Watch. Season 16 aired in 2023, and the show has been renewed for seasons 17 and 18 by FXX. And it's not being destroyed. It's better than ever. It needs to be said, Sydney Sweeney's boobs are not that big. Reader's context, yes, they are. Source, that it's her Instagram. That's funny. You name it, labor will tax it. Your work, your car, your pension, you name it, labor will tax it. Yes, all of these are currently taxed now, even. Being a Taylor Swift fan in 2024 feels like what? Feels like being a Jew in 1938. Excuse me? Unlike many Jewish people in 1938, Taylor Swift fans are not facing imprisonment and execution for being fans of Taylor Swift. True! Developing. Drone footage from Greenfield, Iowa shows the damage after an alleged tornado leveled the community. I don't know why we're saying alleged. This was a tornado. What else could it have been? Was it a kaiju? No. Watch. The degenerate Hawk Tua girl, whose real name is Haley Welsh, is anti-Trump. No self-respecting woman goes around talking about spitting on penises. Hawk Tua girl did not say she's anti-Trump. She said that's a no from me regarding the act of giving Donald Trump fellatio, as stated in the very video you provided, which is fair. I think that's a fair answer. I think that's a common answer. I think if you polled the US, it would be overwhelmingly in favor of it's a no from me. Let's go! URL has finally been changed to x.com. There is now zero excuse for people to be calling this app Twitter, hashtag X on top. Well, I mean, x.com still currently redirects to twitter.com, so. List of things that don't hydrate you. Plain water. List of things that do hydrate you. Milk. Gelatinous broth. That sounds like a potion. Orange juice. Raw meat. Hot cacao. Lemonade. Coconut water. Milkshake. Fruit. Oh, you know what else does? Water. Plain water hydrates you, god damn it. Riley Gaines is a man. No, Riley Gaines is a woman. An adult human female. Shocking. I know, maybe something you can't perceive. Don't be startled, but I think that just might be a woman in the photo.
Community notes really just took the day off, huh? We're trying, man. Just give us a little more time. Job or school isn't listed there. All right, let's see. Taking a shower, eating 2 meals, spent time with my brother, and still got level 50 in under 12 hours. Saturday. The future of news is here. Polymarket election forecast. Trust the markets, not polls. Reddit, and then Twitter. It's not X, it's Twitter. All right, well, let's see here. What does this mean? While the user has gained popularity, do the posts of community notes. Okay, this is an undisclosed ad. Shane Copeland is the CEO of Polymarket, increasing Polymarket popularity. Oh, cool. Undisclosed ads, I'm pretty sure, are illegal. I'm fairly certain that is against FCC regulation or something like that. Like if we did an ad or a sponsorship here on EmKay, well, we have to tell you that that's in the video. Like it's something we have to do. ADHD is a really cute term for dopamine addiction, turned into a fake disease so that Big Pharma can sell you cute little dopamine pills. Medication you really need. You know, Adderall. Nobody needs Adderall. Hey, Annie, before I read the note, shut the fuck up. Shut up, okay? Jeez. ADHD is maldevelopment in brain regions such as the prefrontal cortex, basal ganglia, and anterior cingulate cortex. The disease is supported by twin brain imaging and molecular genetic studies. Suggesting that this is made up is profoundly inaccurate. Man, Annie would be so pissed off if she could read. Aiden Ross gets blackjack dealer fired on stream after she messed up his cards and lost him $15,000. You can... What? What the hell's going on? Who cares about this douche? Presents an unverified claim as a fact. Let me save your 2 minutes. Nobody gets fired in this clip. God, people just get to say whatever the hell they want, and as long as they have a check mark, the community notes don't even matter. This dork ass is still gonna be getting his $2. You can tell when rent is due on Twitter these days. Nothing to see here. The closing ceremony of the Olympics has a headless angel with no arms. The winged victory of Samothrace, or the Nike of Samothrace, is a votive monument originally found on the island of Samothrace, north of the Aegean Sea. It is a masterpiece of Greek sculpture from the Hellenistic era, dating from the beginning of the 2nd century BC. Oh man, no one seems to know anything before they whine and moan and embarrass themselves in front of all of us. Wonder if that's going to be, the theme of today's video. I have a crush on Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation, but things might get weird because we have the same name. She was 15 at the time, by the way. Hope this helps. Aubrey Plaza was 26 in 2010. That's something that bugs the ever-living shit out of me. What do you stand to gain from lying about that? What are you trying to do? I get that it's Drake. I get that it's Drake, and we all want to dunk on Drake because, Drake's weird guy. I don't know exactly what's going on. I've heard things. I don't know anything. I just hear Drake's not the coolest dude in the world. Watch a latex-clad billionaire punch out poor people in the debut gameplay trailer for Batman: Arkham Shadow. Batman does not punch random poor people, as the tweet suggests. He specifically attacks criminals. Not random poor people that are jerks and committing crimes, okay? When you're a billionaire, everyone is poor people, so technically, they're not too incorrect here. Why are the crocodile, ladybug, and beetle different, but we're the same? Make it make sense, because it doesn't. And yes, I've read more on the subject than you'd like to hear. It's politics, that's my conclusion. Okay. The biological species concept defines a species as members of populations that actually or potentially interbreed in nature, not according to similarity of appearance. Although appearance is helpful in identifying species, it does not define species. Yeah, I love people that say, and yes, I've read a lot about it. What did you read, Dane? What did you read, dumbass? Were you just on Twitter all the time? Cheese is mold, idiot. Oh my god, you have got to be joking. You know what, dude? You eat it then. You take a nice big bite of that lunchly cheese. While some cheeses contain mold, such as blue cheeses to which mold is intentionally added, most should not be infected with mold. You have to know what you're getting into when you start going after the moldy variants. Dude, this squirrel just landed on my thigh. Readers added context, chipmunk. Did you find this helpful? Yes, I did find it helpful. Thank you so much. People on here be like, cigarettes are bad for you. Source, the FDA. Cigarettes are bad for you. Source, the FDA. I don't know what that original tweet was getting at. People on here be like, here's a factual statement done by scientists working at a governmental organization. I don't know why I said governmental. I don't know what the hell that means. Government is mental, that's for sure. But what are you getting at, Tyler? Was it specifically just because you can get the reader's added context note that's exactly what you said, or what? What's going on here? Bill Gates woke up and thought to himself, how can I screw the entire world over today? And he did. A faulty upgrade or update to cybersecurity software CrowdStrike caused the outage. Although the software runs on Windows, the outage has nothing to do with Microsoft. And furthermore, just to be that guy, Bill Gates doesn't make these decisions. Bill Gates does not wake up and think, I'm gonna microchip everybody. Bill Gates does also not wake up and go, I'm gonna blow up the world. I'm gonna mess everything up. That's not how this works, please. LOL, they're telling me this is because of deforestation. Hurricane Helene has caused severe inland flooding, triggering emergencies from Atlanta to the Carolinas. Additionally, more than 3 million people are without power. This is in Buckland, Atlanta. Yeah, deforestation increases the risk of flooding by removing trees that absorb and disperse rainwater. Without trees, the ground becomes less capable of soaking up water, leading to more runoff into rivers and streams. Check out dem sources. I'm so tired of people that open up their mouths and say stupid like this.
Hello, water and trees don't make any sense together. Trees don't drink water. What? They don't drain? No, dude, no way.
Do your thing, X. Identify this asshole. Hey, X, please do not identify this person because doing so is called doxing and can get you in jail for 2 to 5 years. Plus, why do we need to find this guy? He flipped off the big TV screen, and so you got pissed off enough to say, hey, witch hunt time, b****s. Let's get this guy. Wait, shouldn't the letters being projected on her chest be upside down and backwards? Ah, here we go. Here's some extra context. No. Yeah, I love the source. The source is so good. Wikipedia.org. Shadow. Oh, you're getting there. You're getting there. Man, stop wasting people's time. The gag is that he actually turned out not to be the father. I never believed that for 1 second. Mr. Hernandez was, in fact, the father. Paternity decision can be found at 14 minutes and 5 seconds in the link below. Seriously, what the hell? This guy's not even like a verified account. So why lie about that? I don't understand. I know a lot of people have actually taken to doing it just because it's funny and screw Twitter at the end of the day. Hell, I'm on Twitter, and you should follow me on Twitter at ZychronVA, but you should also follow me at my Blue Sky account, Zychron.tv. Seriously, it's that easy. It's so easy to find. It's so easy. Can someone tell me why 200,000 people are subbing to a fictional character on a screen? Okay. Although Iron Mouse is using a virtual avatar, the person behind her is a real human being and not fictional? Yeah, I don't understand what the hell they were getting at there. To a fictional character on a screen? Do you think that fictional character is live interacting and actually doing the work itself? What grown adult plays video games? Well, as of 2024, there are approximately 1.17 billion people between the age of 18 to 34 who still play video games, with 1.3 billion more who are 35 plus. Whew, that video game market. It's insane how many of us play and pay for and enjoy video games, but all of those people that work hard to create that art don't get to have jobs anymore. Gatorade was originally in a glass bottle and only had 5 ingredients: water, sugar, salt, potassium, and lemon juice. This is the perfect hydrating beverage. Now it's full of microplastics, high fructose corn syrup, and toxic colors. No flavor of Gatorade currently contains high fructose corn syrup. Sugar and dextrose are used for sweetener in all of its flavors. The author of this tweet may be confusing it with Powerade. Wait, if that's true, that is kind of mind-blowing to me, because here in the United States, any beverage, or hell, any food at this point that has sweetener that's not a diet or zero sugar variant uses goddamn high fructose corn syrup rather than simply sugar and dextrose. Hell, that's why you see specific sodas like Pepsi Real Sugar, Mountain Dew Real Sugar. You see these advertised because, oh, they're using real sugar, not that crappy syrup stuff that's way worse for you. Okay, I can't say way worse, but it's pretty bad. All right, let's see here. Why photo like this never trend? Oh my god. This is not a photo, but an AI genera image posted by an engagement farming account. Seriously, keep calling them out. It's pathetic, it's sad, it's stupid. They did get their 700,000 views already though, so they're getting a little bit of money on that one. Please report at Fur Affinity. The username was stolen. The Fur Affinity Twitter was hacked, and the hacker changed Fur Affinity's @ To prevent the @ from being lost forever, someone picked it up to hold onto it, and the hacker is trying to send people after a good Samaritan. Yeah, come the hell on with that crap, dude. I noticed that China women are rewarded $768,000 by their country for gold, and the United States rewards their women athletes $37,000 for winning gold. What do you notice about women in China compared to women in the United States? Okay. China does not pay its athletes $768,000 for gold medals. Hong Kong, which has its own NOC and competes independently of China, offers gold medal winners $768,000. I did not know that. I don't know a lot about the Olympics at all, but there's probably a lot of details that might either be really interesting or super depressing. What is a sin? I've never seen that word in my life. I've never seen that word, but I feel like I know exactly what it means. Ah, there it is. Interracial marriage is not a sin. According to the Bible and Christian teaching, every human is created in the image of God, and all are united in Christ, regardless of ethnicity. Look at this. Here's my sources. The Bible. The Bible again. The Bible again. Moses and Zipporah are one of many examples of interracial marriage in Scripture. The Bible. Oh, I love that crap. That gets me so good. So funny. That's right. Get them. Get them with the book they don't read at all. I show Speed fans in Bulgaria just chanting the N-word at him. He asked them to translate the word book in Bulgarian, which is, well, that. And that is what you can hear them saying. The secondary person he asks the same, or misheard him for the word bug, which is, well, that word. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. This is just engagement farming from Speed. No actual racism in this clip. You can't just convert a non-profit into a for-profit. That's illegal. So let me get this straight. OpenAI decides to become a for-profit company now? Well, anyway, US law allows non-profits to be converted into for-profits. Yeah, Goodwill did that. Hell, I think a lot of the thrift store companies in the US have done that at this point. Lesbians can be attracted to men. Lesbians can kiss men. Lesbians can have sex with men. Lesbians can date men. Lesbians Lesbians can date multiple men. Lesbians can have sex with multiple men. Lesbians can cuddle men. Lesbians can do whatever they want to do with men consensually. Well, what about this? So lesbians cannot be attracted to men. If a lesbian started liking men, then they are no longer a lesbian, but bisexual. Yeah, see, that sounds a little more correct. I don't know. You can't ratio me. Still haven't been ratioed. Nice try. He was ratioed in multiple replies, but hid them all. What a sad guy. You know, whenever I feel bad about myself or think that I'm acting like a complete buffoon loser clown, I just look at tweets from guys like Logang Paul, man. I feel a little bit better immediately. I recently discovered that he's not saying it's me, Mario. He's saying Itsumi Mario, because Itsumi is the Japanese word for super. No. I don't need the reader's added context. I don't need a community note to know that you just made that shit the hell up out of nowhere. This isn't true. Nintendo's website always referred to the catchphrase as It's-a-me, Mario, and never as Itsumi Mario, which is why it's been debunked. Almost finished with the N64s. This isn't Collie's collection. The user is using someone else's collection for likes and clickbaits. Wow, what did I just say? For likes and clickbaits? Am I an 84-year-old person? Anyway, unrelated, I digress on that point. This is so goddamn cool. Wow. That is, no, seriously, I'm just kind of in awe. That is so neat. I want to make so much money so that I can do this with all of the PlayStation 1 and 2 variants at some point in my life. Hell, with every PlayStation ever made. Although I do actually have to be very, very, very rich for that. Oh, check that out. I've seen it on Facebook already. It seems that they all have the same collection and apartment and everything in it. Community Notes f***ed you up on this one. Community Notes cooked my ass. I don't know why. Like, I know that it's a semi-harmless thing in this particular case or whatever. Semi-harmless, because, dude, like, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta make it up? Just come up with something on your own, dude. I don't know. Draw some in MS Paint. No one cares. But it's so annoying to me when they're like, oh, yep, you got me. Whoopsies. If you're in a relationship, your partner is entitled to your body. No, your partner's entitled to hit you with a car, freak. Yeah, no, they are not. That is not how it works. At least not today it don't work that way, mother. NFTs are dead. Please zoom out. According to a report published by NFT Evening, the market for NFTs has been in such a dramatic downturn since 2023 that 95% of them are considered dead, with the average NFT owner experiencing a 44.5% loss on their investment. Why do I feel like 44.5% is not nearly as much as I was expecting to hear? Does the Fibonacci sequence suggest that time itself is a recursive process? No. Community Notes was going after everyone. This is not what Community Notes are for, but it is very funny. Tim isn't even bald. Nice lie, though. Tim Pool is bald. This is exactly what Community Notes, amongst other things, are for, correcting factual errors. Community Notes is not actually going after everyone. It's simply providing additional context to help users better understand posts. If there's one singular good thing that godforsaken website has added since Dingleberry McDip's takeover, it was the Community Notes feature. At least I'm pretty sure it was added after he bought it, because I don't remember ever seeing it up until his purchase. Which I don't think that means that he came up with it, mind you, but I just don't remember it before he was there. Maybe it was there before he was, but it was so much more rarely used because he was not the one in charge allowing bullshit to stew for fun. Can someone explain why people are anti-nuclear? Germany blows up the cooling towers of the nuclear power plant, once a symbol of the country's energy independence. Because coal is cleaner. Coal is not, in fact, cleaner than nuclear energy. Man, a few big-ass accidents have caused some serious duress and misinformation regarding nuclear energy as a whole. Chat, hear me out. South America and Africa fit perfectly together. What the hell? Yeah, Pangea? Please stop making my day worse. Sorry. You don't need to be sorry, okay? You were just pointing out, yeah, we used to have all the continents like stuck together into a big one at one point. The same people who claim that humans are so much smarter and superior to other animals still keep repeating the same tired arguments. Compassion isn't a difficult concept to understand. Well, PETA has killed over 47,000 animals since 1998 with a kill rate of almost 95%. Absolutely zero sympathy for PETA getting absolutely roasted day in and day out. Didn't y'all steal people's dogs and kill them? Pornhub is now blocked in Alabama. 17 states total. We are winning. Pornhub is not blocked in Florida. I know this because I live in Florida, and I'm on it right now, working as expected. Source, I'm on it right now. Here's another source. See, this is perfect. Clearly a toy, adds to the goofy appearance and character, and, let's see. Oh, I know this guy. He's probably trying to portray. Correct me if I'm wrong. All in all, if Pedro was walking around like that, nobody would bat an eye. We'd probably appreciate seeing you or him like that. Bon Voyage brings a weapon after the controversy. Okay. Pride flag and username, opinion not valid. The user in question doesn't have a pride flag in the username, but rather the flag of Germany. Oh, man. Yeah, that's great. Pride flag in username. Another lie from Community Notes, Mr. Elon Musk. This isn't a lie from Community Notes. The commercially available 12-ounce Ice Pop Prime has 500 milligrams of potassium on its nutrition label. The 500 milliliter bottles are 700 milligrams of potassium. 700 milligrams times 355 over 500, 497 milligrams of potassium. Target, Walmart, front. It's so funny that he doesn't even know. Also, don't drink that garbage, dude. Don't drink that trash. We may have to destroy these things. Well, let me ask you this, Doc Holliday. What the hell is that thing? Oh, Doppler radars play a very important role in weather observation. They don't control or alter the weather in any way. Destroying or damaging Doppler radars would risk major problems such as mass casualty events during tornado outbreaks and other hurricane events. Are we at that point now? Are we at that point like 5G and like cellular waves and stuff? The 5G get in your brain wasn't enough? Now we think that life-saving Doppler radar is bad? Are y'all out here trying to kill off certain demographics by villainizing the most basic scientific concepts of the modern age? There's no way something like that would be going on, right, Doc Holliday? Right, Doc Holliday? Community Notes is total bullshit. Can't prove any of this stuff. Okay. I love it when they say that.
You can't prove it.
I mean, yeah, the hell we can. This stuff is in fact easy to prove and public knowledge. Radar has been in use for many decades now in countries around the world. Happy Thursday, y'all. Not sure what the rainbow has to do with it being Thursday. Can we go a day without any virtue signaling? Hey there, Lynn. LeVar Burton was the host of a popular educational TV show called Reading Rainbow, which aired on PBS for 26 years. Just seriously, I'd have to go into hiding. I would be so embarrassed that I responded to LeVar Burton looking this stupid, okay? You know that scene in Community where Troy meets LeVar Burton and he just freaks the hell out? That would be me if I met LeVar Burton, okay? And that would be me times a billion if I made myself look like an ass in front of him, all right? Drink raw milk. It's wild to me raw milk is illegal. Consuming raw milk increases the risk of listeria infection, which can be dangerous, especially for pregnant women and people with weakened immune systems. I actually wrote quite a lengthy script for something at one point in time on raw milk. Yeah, do not drink that shit. Don't do it. It's dangerous. Breaking. Christian teacher Enoch Burke has been sent back to prison in Ireland after he refused to use a student's preferred pronouns, they, them. Burke has already spent 442 days in jail for opposing transgender ideology. The woke mind virus is destroying the West. Continued imprisonment of Enoch is because he wouldn't abide by the court order to stop turning up at the school after being fired. But people like Killian here just have to keep blah, 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 blahing on about trans people as if they're anything more than people that deserve to live the lives they want. Shut the f*** up, you freak. Yikes, Peninsula Paris. I've been denied access to rooftop to eat in an empty restaurant of nicer places, but never with my kids, always a first. Serena was not denied access, rather. The restaurant was fully booked. I know I'm 73 years old, but we didn't have sex before marriage, so therefore there was no need for all these abortion clinics. We controlled ourselves. Is there some reason the women of today can't... What does today in quotation marks mean? Truly just asking, opinions appreciated. The author was 18 in 1969. 5% of births in 1960 were to unmarried mothers. 1970, 11% in the U.S. When the author was 18, 30% of women her age had premarital sex. Abortion clinics in the U.S. provide family planning and sexual health services to married and single people, and it's incredibly important. Okay? I really don't like it when people do that, either. I didn't see it, therefore it didn't exist. back in my day, we didn't have sex. We controlled ourselves. You are one person. You don't know every other person. You didn't know every other person when you were 18, 19, 20, whatever. You didn't. Quit pretending like you know everything, knew everything, experienced everything, saw everything, jackass. Shut up. Visual proof that we allocate too much exclusive space to bikes. Bikers share the road. Humans are usually wider than bike tires. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, there's a bike lane in my town where I live right now that is so small, my shoulder width is almost wider than it. It is horrifying to ride a bike in. No, absolutely not. A skibbity toilet movie and TV franchise is in the works for Michael Bay. You idiots keep falling for fake discussing film accounts. It's embarrassing. Hey, this was indeed posted by the real Discussing Film page. Oh no. Not all snakes are poisonous. Don't run when you see one. Always check first. Well, this diagram is for a specific region within the US and doesn't apply to all snakes worldwide. Many venomous snakes have rounded heads. Many non-venomous can mimic the triangular shape. It is always best to leave snakes alone in the wild, no matter the species. Yeah, don't go checking. Leave it alone. Why would people hate Spain? They never colonized anyone, unlike the English. Spain is one of the largest colonizers in history. Well, England ruined every country they came across. Spain didn't. People were tweeting shit like, that's what England deserves for being colonizers last night, in a game against Spain, by the way. The Spanish Empire was one of the most destructive and deadly in human history. God damn it. I've been watching the storm track since the 1980s. The number of times I've seen a hurricane start there and move eastward like this? 0. Well, since 1851, there have been 14 storms that originated in the Gulf of Mexico and tracked eastward per NOAA records. The most recent was Earl in 1998. Breaking! A Metro Rail train is derailed after striking a vehicle in East LA. The train was firmly on the tracks with the right-of-way, and the car illegally turned in front of the oncoming train, causing the collision. The title makes it sound like the train just hit the car, but the car is the reason the train derailed, and it's important context. LeBron James. Reptilian? LeBron James is not a reptilian. This individual just has bad Wi-Fi. You good, Captain? Not after reading this. William Shatner, the legendary actor best known for his role in Star Trek, passed away at 93. He's not dead, Jim. Using AI when there's an actual comic cover of this is something. The image on the left is not an AI-generated image. It is art published on Instagram by this user as a homage or whatever you want to call it, to the original Frank Miller cover. The art can be found here. Look, I understand how we all feel about it, and how it might... It's super, super hyper detailed in a way that might make you think, oh shit, is that real? Is that real? But hey, yeah, it is. And that's pretty damn cool when you think about it. I mean, you don't really have to think about it. It's just cool, okay?
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to EmKay. Today we're looking ththrough the very best of r/getnoted. One of the sassiest subreddits. Setting up our Christmas tree, but it's made out of deer antlers. Kind of awesome, what the hell? Looks badass. No animals were harmed. They had the audacity to say no animals were harmed, as if the antlers just fell out painlessly. Well, deers do shed their antlers every year, which is something I didn't know. Oh, I get to learn something. I will never regret any sacrifice I made for my country. My only regret is I didn't sacrifice more. Well, that's a nice sentiment, Syrian girl, but there's context. Syrian girl lives in Australia. Oh, I see. Well, how are you doing all that by being in Australia? How are you accomplishing all that? Black Panther's body tea and Marvel Rivals. Oh my God, T'Challa. Hey, his ass is not that big. All right, we've added some context. This user's hobby is image manipulation to make male characters' asses bigger. He's been around since the Overwatch 1 days. Here's an actual screenshot of T'Challa's ass that I took myself. I went right to the source. I loaded up Marvel Rivals and I meticulously, I slaved over the analytics, all right? Watching the image of T'Challa's ass on one monitor, this post on the other monitor, comparing, enhancing, admiring, and I can tell you... And I can tell you this, concerned viewer, the ass in that photo is not the ass in the game. Hear Hear my plea, dear viewer. Do not be deceived by this charlatan selling you lies. Breaking. Possible match for the United Healthcare CEO assassin identified. Do you recognize this person? How is this allowed? This could get me killed. Which is, yeah, fair enough, right? This definitely needs a context note. This is a satirical joke, but the subject looks close enough alike to be easily misconstrued or mistaken for the person of interest sought by the NYPD. Elon Musk or X needs to make sure this is seen. The drones in New Jersey are now spraying something in the sky. What are they spraying? And why? And I don't know. What could they be spraying? That's so terrifying, so spooky. What could it be? This is an airplane contrail. Womp womp. Which is visible at night because they reflect moonlight or city light. Contrails are essentially tiny ice crystals that won't be visible without a light source to reflect off of. The moon, or city light, provides this light source. So no, dummy, they're not spraying something. It's a contrail. You leave one too with your fumes. You smell so bad. No way! No way! There's more? Hey, community notes. I want proof of your claim. Your note is opinions and speculation and should be voted down. The reader's added context. The note contains the sources OP needs if he wants to read them. Space.com, CNN.com, contrailscience.com, and FAA.gov for just a quick glance. By the by, telling your followers to downvote a note on you is platform manipulation, which is against X's rules. We also have a source on that, help.x.com, just in case you wanted to claim that it was speculation again. People on here be like, cigarettes are bad for you. Source, the FDA. Well, yeah, cigarettes are bad for you. Source, FDA.gov. Just in case you thought we were fooling. No, I mean, it is real. It's on the site, tells you why it's bad. I don't know why you're hating and doubting and waggling your finger at me. It's real. It's actually real. Oh no. World's fattest cat, Crumbs, dies weeks after going to a feline fat camp. So, you mean they killed him? Well, no. Crumbs died due to, quote, extensive layers of flab that had hidden his cancerous tumors. Oh, Crumbs, no! Rest in peace, Crumbs. We didn't know. We were none the wiser. Crumbs had stuff that needed to get worked on, and we didn't know. I feel bad. I feel bad for Crumbs. That made me sad. In the 1980s, we helped South Korea become a democracy. Now in 2024, they're reminding us how to defend it. We have a factual error here. The United States actively supported the Chun Doo-hwan dictatorship because of its brutal suppression of pro-democracy protests. Just in case you thought we helped, no, we didn't help them become anything, Billy. It's hard to make a joke when you're reading about brutal suppression and a dictatorship, and then I have to go. I have to honk the clown horn and be like, it's funny. No, I can't, unfortunately. Why does no one live in this part of Africa? There's like a big section circled in red. The answer: people don't like sand. It's rough, coarse, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere. How about you live in the sand, Tara? Tarable. You're tarable. What is the natural human diet? Are humans natural meat eaters? Quick test. When you see dead animals on the side of the road, are you tempted to stop and snack on them? Do you daydream about killing cows with your bare hands and eating them raw? If you answered no to these, so on and so forth. PETA. Oh, PETA? Anyway, context. Humans are omnivores, PETA, as evidenced by our teeth, digestion, and evolutionary history. Our anatomy supports eating both plants and meat, and also early humans consumed a mixed diet. The claim that humans are naturally herbivores is incorrect. Avoiding roadkill actually reflects culture, not diet. By the way, PETA, while we're talking about things that, happen to animals, what's up with that weird Cooking Mama video game? What happened? What was going on with that? That was a weird one. This is the craziest statement I think I've ever read in one of these videos. This guy writes, if you are in a relationship, your partner is entitled to your body. Huh? Oh, wow. Fucking what? Context. Nuh-uh. No, they aren't. Do they have a blue tick? Are they doing this for the love of the game? What happened here? What's this engagement bait? Can't believe my little data nerd experiment actually amounted to something in the real world. Context. No. No, no, it didn't. It did not. Wah, wah. Oh, that's sad. Day 2 of reminding people that Elon Musk saved free speech. Waggling your finger. Under the direct involvement of Elon Musk, ex-suspended journalist Ken Klippenstein's account and systematically removed links to J.D. Vance's leaked research dossier, citing private info policy violations, even though all information therein is publicly accessible. So I don't know how that saved any free speech, actually, now that we think about it. What grown adult plays video games? Uh-oh. And here comes the context. Here comes the boom. As of 2024, there are approximately 1.17 billion people between the ages of 18 and 34 who still play video games, with 1.3 billion more who are 35 plus. And that data I actually find really interesting. Dear women, we don't want you with muscles. We want you slim, delicate, and cute. Take notes. Yeah, if a man likes women with muscles, he's gay. What are you? What are you, some sort of gay person if you like women with muscles? What do you want? You want a muscle mommy? Don't you mean daddy? You're gay. That's what they're saying. I can think about 12 friends of mine who would disagree with this sentiment. Like, angrily disagree. They would be up in arms with pitchforks. Wait. Sorry. I thought, was the Mateo guy being serious? They added a community note to him. I thought he was being, silly. But them adding the note, was he serious? Romantic attraction between men and women is defined as straight or heterosexual. A man liking a woman if she has muscles. This is obvious. I'm just shocked that he's the one who got the note. Oh my God. He was being for real. His name is Buff Fake Cell. Okay, I understand why he got the note. Uh-oh. RXIV is, what was this? Archive papers mentioning grok in the abstract. The grok and balls. This refers to grokking. Doesn't make it sound any better. A topic in the machine learning about figuring out a solution after an extended training period. It is not about the XAI language model. Nobody be grokking it. Nobody be up late at night grokking their AI. A good way to start the day? A healthy breakfast. Herbalife Formula 1 delivers a balanced mix of protein, fiber, vitamins. That's how it sounds to me. Herbalife is a multi-level marketing corporation. Ronaldo's being paid for the promotional post, which in turn is paying someone who recruited Ronaldo. Isn't that crazy? She forgot to hide it. Hide what? What was she? I don't understand. Are they transvestigating this Miss Denmark? That is the outer edge of the ilium, part of the hip bone. What was she? She's not hiding her skeleton, you mean? It is important to note that this is not an instance where transvestigators are pointing out the mons pubis, an area, they're not even in the right part biologically, an area of fatty tissue located near the pelvic region. These saw the bone of the hip and went, we got ya. Joe Biden just pardoned Hunter, but Jesus won't. Jesus of Nazareth. I just love the way he said that. I think we should all just, and anytime we say Jesus, we need to say Jesus of Nazareth. That's very funny to me. Jesus of Nazareth forgave the people who whipped him, nailed him to a cross, and killed him. So there's a chance he may just forgive Hunter. But, don't quote me. You gotta ask Jesus of Nazareth. Not gonna lie, I feel kind of bad for Kendrick now. Imagine losing one of the biggest beefs in hip-hop and being sued in the same year. What kind of silly copium are you hooked up to think that he lost? Excuse me? What kind of industrial vat of copium have they hooked your veins up to that you're huffing like it's oxygen? Drake is not suing Kendrick Lamar. Drake is suing UMG over Not Like Us. It should also be noted that this user likes feet. Damn. Opinion invalidated. I think this is actually a first for one of these kinds of subreddits. We just saw one side of the Hunter Biden argument. Now we're seeing the other side. This is a crazy first. Oh, get your notebooks out. This will be on the test books in like a year. Joe Biden, no one's above the law. That's my Joe Biden impression. You can take it or leave it. Community notes. Rate proposed community notes by pardoning his son Hunter, not merely for a single crime, but for all actual or potential crimes he may or may not have created over an 11-year period. Joe Biden has made clear that some people are, in fact, above the law. Well, that's all well and good, I guess, but will Jesus Christ of Nazareth forgive him? That's what I would like to know. That's who I'm looking to right now. Jesus of Nazareth, like that other post said. Bad Bunny has endorsed Kamala Harris. He's not even American. Correction. Puerto Ricans are American citizens. And our source, history.state.gov. You know it's serious because .gov is at the end of it, dummy. Oh, here we go. Hello? Oh, and they're debating. They're debating this. So we got the Puerto Ricans are American citizens. Then we got, my original comment is correct. He isn't American. He's Puerto Rican. Once again, Puerto Ricans are American citizens. Community noting a comment is so weird. Oh my God, y'all are obsessed with me. Correction, we are not obsessed with you. We're just preventing the spread of misinformation. And then the last one, hello? As American citizens, Puerto Ricans are free to move to any U.S. state at any time. When they achieve state residency status for their new address, often 30 days but depends, they can register just like any other American citizen and vote in presidential and other elections. Girl, give it up. They ended you with multiple citations. Oh my God, and it keeps going. At community notes, at support. People on this app have been cyberbullying and censoring me by putting community notes on my posts regarding Puerto Rico. This is not okay and I feel targeted and harassed. Please fix this issue immediately. Community notes, yet again, the nightmare keeps on going for them. The use of the community notes is to prevent the spread of misinformation, not cyberbully or censor. Once again, Puerto Rico is an American territory, therefore making a citizen born there an American citizen. And they're just like, make it stop! Make it stop! They can't believe what they're reading. Oh my God, it keeps going. Holy there's another piece. I am now in contact with my lawyers. Weaponizing community notes to engage in targeted harassment is not okay. Everyone who has noted me is going to see me in court. Disguising harassment as adding context is not okay. Using community notes is a violation of my free speech. Oh my, come stop engagement farm here. You're letting them get a bag on Twitter. I see that verification tick. And then there we go. Another one. Community notes does not participate in targeted harassment. Solely exists to combat misinformation. Notes that are considered harassment are marked that way by contributors and do not show up beneath posts. So no, they will not see you in court. Sorry. Uh-oh, look out. Little Carl Weezer coming in ready to talk about Chippy's Bob. Most women who attend college leave college with 100 to 300 bodies. Excuse me? 30 to 50 is below average for a modern woman nowadays. Readers added context. The median American woman aged 25 to 49 has 4.3 sexual partners. Question, how do you have a percentage? How do you have a 0.3? Would this not just be an even 4? How did you have 0.3 of a sexual partner? The 4 is like actual penetration. The 0.3 is just like hand stuffer, you know? It's as far as it got. But Carl is on a warpath. Since math is hard for you, let me break it down. One guy a week multiplied by 52 weeks multiplied by 4 years is 200. This guy got a Balatro combo. 208. These bitches be averaging far above that. Wow! Did the llamas hurt you, Carl? What the happened? You are all simply wrong. Okay, Carl. 395,000 views being silly and stupid. Damn.
After learning to fry eggs in water, I never used oil again. The egg shown in the video is not fried, but it's poached, a different form of cooking an egg. It's a poached egg! I got charged $1 for being a white American. This is racist bullshit. Cheese. No. No. Come on. She's a white American. Of course she's being explicitly persecuted. Persecuted how, you ask? By being charged $1 extra on her order. You know, that's the real way to get back at those white folks. Charge them $1. That's how you do it. I am almost 1,000% certain that this person was making a very obvious joke. Stupidly obvious, and I will say the reader's added context here makes it way funnier. I do love seeing a community note that's just like one word that undoes what was being said. Just with one word. It's amazing how easy it really is. Has anyone tried making edibles but without weed? Like virgin edibles or something? Food. See, this is what I mean. These are the best community notes. Because again, she's being funny, all right? She is being, but this is a joke. And I've got to be honest with you, it's fucking genius, okay? It is a good joke. Thank you, HTTP Daisy. That is, I love you. Fantastic. I'll take propaganda for $2,000, Ken. Who's the real terrorist? China has initiated 0 conflicts surrounding its founding, not even a proxy war. The USA has launched 469 military interventions overseas since 1798, 251 among which are waged since the end of the Cold War. What? Since its founding in 1949, China has invaded Tibet, fought wars with India and Vietnam, intervened in Korea, clashed with the USSR, and continues its aggression in the South China Sea along the Indian border. A bit more than a slap. Uh-oh. I'm not going to be very happy with this one, am I? Florida man arrested for slapping pregnant woman smoking a cigarette. Okay, not great. Not a super awesome headline to read. Here we go. The man did not only slap the pregnant woman, he also punched her in the stomach. It's also important to note that this headline is from 2019. That is important. I'm so tired of headlines being regurgitated for clicks. This was not recent. This was 6 freaking years ago, and it's really annoying that not just this headline, but so many other headlines are just regurgitated so that they can get your attention, and Raindrops Media 1 with its checkmark can get a paycheck. Because hey, negativity sells. And so does controversial fake negativity like this, you know? Where they hide the other part of the headline about him assaulting her in the stomach. Sorry, that would be battery, right? And at that point, it's not assault. If you actually make contact with someone's face with your hand, that's battery, not assault, right? I don't know. It doesn't matter. This guy. I don't want to wanton comprehend anything American. The entire reason you speak English is because of American influence. What? This person said the European mind cannot comprehend. I don't want to. I never want to comprehend anything American. Thank God I was born in Europe. And this person okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I've got to break it to you. My fellow bald eagle shitheads. Sorry, no, not shitheads, sorry. Bald eagle bastards. There we go. We didn't invent the English language. As a matter of fact, we dumbed it down so that it was simpler for us, and so we could differentiate ourselves from the UK. Let's be real, almost everything that the United States does that is explicitly different to the UK is just because we wanted to go neener, we won. You. That's really it. Driving on the right-hand side of the road, in my opinion, doesn't matter. Fahrenheit is not inherently better. Color spelled without a U is not better. It's just not. We do these things just to go... That's it. That's really it. Those noises I just made, that sums up the entirety of the United States. All 250 years of it, 249 years of it, in one quick clip. There's your soundbite. Can they just leave the former and most beloved black president alone for just once? The most beloved black president? Who is the least beloved black president out there? If they arrest me, you know what to do. Cryptic message from the former president sent privately to his followers. Sent private? What? There is no evidence that former President Obama sent any such message, privately or otherwise. No credible reports confirm this claim. The attached image is from a 2019 Obama speech in Germany and is unrelated. You know, the only problem I have with Reader's Added Context, the single problem I have with it, is that no one gives a shit. And what I mean is, the people you need to care, the people that need to read these and comprehend these and understand these notes, are the ones who, even though they can, refuse to and never, ever will. They just won't. I hate to break it to you, but the people that need to read these the most either can't read or won't read it. The UN truly cares about woman right. Let's see. Women's rights are not negotiable. I agree. I mean, yeah, with that statement, I definitely agree with that statement. However, let's see what this has to say. Readers Added Context. Saudi Arabia has been authorized to chair a forum on women's rights, even though the country is regularly accused of violating them. Accused, or is it proven? On the 7th of October 2023, UN Women didn't explicitly condemn the sexual violence suffered by Israeli women and was slow to do so. Has the UN, you know what? There's a route I could take here. Oh boy, I'm not gonna. All I will say is, yeah, women's rights are non-negotiable, okay? I'm sorry, fellas. Shut up sometimes, all right? That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. You ain't got the uterus, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anyone else tired of waking to this day after day? This isn't nature or natural in any way. That's a picture of the sky with clouds, okay? What's the community note here? Overcast clouds are a common weather occurrence. An increased amount of overcast or cloudy days is natural to happen from time to time and not unnatural, as the post is implying. You know, I don't know the age of the person who made this post, but I did see something earlier today that made me stop and think for just a moment. And it was talking about how Gen X seems to be the most angry at the sky. You know what I mean? Where like boomers, I don't know, they're all dead or billionaires. But Gen X, for whatever reason, when you compare them to all the last current generations, they're the weirdest when it comes to shit happening in the sky. And someone theorized that the reason they are is because the sky they grew up with was covered in smog and goo and poop and fart and shit, and all the EPA regulations that made their lives better, that got rid of so much crap in the air, caused the sky to be so much more vibrantly beautiful and clear that when you see jet trails, of course it might be weird to you if you've never seen them before. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this guy was Gen X and he's like, oh my god, the government making the sky gay, or something like that, just like they say about chemtrails. It just follow the clues, okay? If they get to be crazy, I get to be a little crazy back. Your brain stops emotionally developing at the age you get trauma? No. What? Who told you that? No. Everyone's brains would have stopped developing at age 3 when their dad screamed at the TV. What do you mean? No, this is not true. Can you imagine if it was, though? How many of us do you think would be completely screwed? Like 80% of the world's population because of how they were treated by mom and dad or some other event? How many of us would have the brain of a 4-year-old? Genuinely. There's a real question at this point, I would say. To celebrate the death of r/politics noted. Let's see. Victims of communism. What the hell? It's just and oligarchs. Besides targeted mass killings, communist regimes have caused millions of starvation deaths due to mismanagement of farming and food stores, plus lack of medical care for those in the middle and lower classes. Look, it doesn't matter how pure the idea really is. It just seems like no matter what said idea is, a few people are going to push their way into politics and they're going to ruin it. They're going to make sure that they take over and ruin it. You can look around you right now and you will probably see a bit of history you learned in school currently happening at the moment, because for some strange reason, worldwide, being a politician's like a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, not necessarily a get-rich-quick scheme for a lot of these motherfuckers. There are like 90-year-olds currently controlling the United States, right? But I digress. They're that old because they've been there for a long time. Anyway, politicians can go to hell. Gamers are dredging up our support of Netflix film Cuties in an attempt to paint us as pro-exploitation. As usual, they've missed the point, or ignored it on purpose. For those who didn't get past the headline, here's what we actually said. No. Fuck all that shit. Collective Shout has a history of going after media, clothing, and beauty products that depict sexuality and claim it promotes it by showing it. Here, however, they claim the opposite, showing a blatant double standard. By their own values, they are pro-exploitation here. I will never shut up about how disgusting Collective Shout is until they're gone. They need to disband. They need to leave us the fuck alone. They clearly don't give a shit about kids. They want to control you. They want to control me. Are we really going to let a group of like 30 people in Australia tell us what we can and can't buy or enjoy or play or otherwise? I don't think so. Okay, you buy your weird ass game and you enjoy it because that's your money. Robert Downey Jr., Ironheart. You're a racist if you don't like it. Where's the note? Where's the note? Gotta be on the next image, I swear to God. This post is misleading. There is no evidence that Robert Downey Jr. made this statement. It seems to come from a gossip website headline and refers to his appearance on Good Morning America, where he showed support for the show. Though the title says this, he does not. Man, did they think no one was gonna check? That is a very specific statement. You can't have a guy go on a show, go, this is a good show, I like it, I think you should watch it, and just completely change everything he said. If that's not... I love it. I will maintain forever that Community Notes was probably the only genuinely fantastic thing that's ever been added to Twitter. You know, Twitter. You remember how it's called Twitter, right? DEI, female, wrecks company truck over a bridge. Remember, there are few flags that are redder right off the bat than a dude like this who uses the word female or DEI. Honestly, this guy isn't using DEI for what it actually means. We all know what he's saying. His dog whistles pretty loud at this point. Anyway, yeah, gross weirdo. But I actually saw this video. If you watch the video, you can clearly see the other vehicle crosses the center line, entering the truck driver's lane. She did nothing wrong. I mean, I would have freaked the out and turned and tried to not hit the car that just came barreling at me from a few feet away too. But I guess White Ghost 187 knows better than anybody else who is doing any job currently. You fuck up and you're not looking like him. Clearly it's your fault. You fucked up. He knows how to do your job better than you. Amazing, White Ghost. Can we get a round of applause for White Ghost? So, who was your first kiss? Katy Perry? What? The contestant, Benjamin Glaze, has confirmed being asked for his consent prior to kissing Katy Perry and said he did not feel sexually assaulted. The only sexual offender in this video is Benjamin himself, who has been arrested for All right, what the hell did I just read? What, excuse me? Wow, I don't know anything about this. I don't know who Benjamin Glaze is. I don't remember this incident at all. And you know what? Quite frankly, I'm happy. I'm very, very glad that even after reading this, I still don't know what the hell happened, and I don't care. I'm not going to look any more into it, and neither should you, because this is supposed to be a happy place. Oh, gee, I wonder why there are no openly gay people in this country. Probably because the government banished them. Homosexuality is not a thing in North Korea. When North Koreans escape to South Korea, they are questioned about the life. Thousands of questions. Every single one doesn't know what homosexuality is, nor the concept. They've never conceived it. Look, okay, hang on a second here. So, as of 2024, the estimated population of North Korea was about 26.5 million people. Now, that's just current living population. Now, there could be hundreds of millions of people that have lived in North Korea. I don't know. I'm just spouting out random numbers. But as of right now, there's about 26 million people living there. So, you're saying, Lord Miles, that not a single person out of tens, 20s, hundreds of millions of people, not a single one has ever conceived of the really crazy notion that a boy might like a boy, that a girl might like a girl, that there's something in between. Really? Never? While not openly discussed, like many things in North Korea, homosexuality is undoubtedly a thing in the country. Jang Yong-jin, North Korea's first openly gay defector, left the country in 1996 and discusses how many men were gay but hid from the authorities. I wonder why they would have felt the need to do that in a country where, never mind. Look, also I do apologize if I screwed up his name. I really am trying. I am, I promise. South Park makes fun of everyone. Well, except for Obama, Biden, and Harris, but other than that short 12-year anomaly in their 25-year runtime, yeah, they totally roast both sides. Barack Obama was parodied numerous times on South Park. You can tell George has never watched a single episode of South Park. I've seen them all. Dozens of times, as a matter of fact, I've seen them all. Yeah, Obama was plenty made fun of. Are you blind? Did you never watch? I don't think he has. I genuinely don't think he has. He was just spouting shit, hoping that no one would clock this at all. And then I guarantee you he went off muting this once it left his intended weird-ass target audience. All of this because of a group of Australians. Ah, yes. Update on not safe for work content. itch.io has not just delisted games, but removed them from the libraries of people who have paid for them without refunds. They do not acknowledge this anywhere. It's already an insane situation. It's already pathetic and unacceptable, but the fact that this random-ass group in a country so many of us are not from, not only gets to control what we buy now, or at least they're attempting to control what we buy now, but they got this company to steal our games away. I say our, I've never used this website, but that is not the point. They stole from people. I don't care what digital license rights say. When you pay for something and you receive that thing in return for what you paid, it is yours. And if it is rescinded, it is stolen from you. I don't give a shit what the fine print on page 984 of the end user license agreement says. Bullshit, it was stolen. So, god damn it, it's going even farther than I thought, so much faster than I thought. I am getting so many people telling me about Indian doctors killing people in the US. These stories are insane. OP doesn't have any empirical or statistical facts to back his claims. If his assertions held merit at scale, India would not consistently rank among the top global destinations for medical tourism. See, that's a good point. We don't go to these places just because the work is more affordable than here in the United States for many reasons I won't get into now. We go there because not only is it significantly more affordable, but these people are trustworthy and very good at what they do. As a weirder example, I don't think anybody in their right mind, desperate or not, would go to a country just to save money on medical expenses, knowing that at that point they could die or the medical treatment was significantly worse. That's not the only reason. We go there because sometimes it's a lot better. Over here, it seems like a lot of doctors just go, you have anxiety, shut the hell up. No, we're not going to look for something you're concerned about. Mental health does indeed matter for every human being. That is true. Is that a crazy statement? Is that a weird one? Like, are we good? I just want to make sure that is a normal statement to make. Men's mental health doesn't matter. Men's mental health doesn't matter. Men's mental health doesn't matter. Blah, 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 blah. Mental health does, in fact, matter for every human being. The only thing I can say is that, fellas, you need to start taking women's mental health seriously as well. I know a lot of you don't. I know that. And there's a lot of doing better that we can all do. Look, boys, I know we all go through some shit. We sure do. We sure do. You know, call your friend, talk to them, ask them if they're okay, ask them how they're doing, all right? There's been a lot of men perpetuating weird bullshit in their own circles. It's not gay or weird or ladylike to be like, hey man, I'm not doing so good. Can we talk? Do you mind if we talk? That old Gen X boomer stigma's gotta stop. Fellas, chat with each other. Be actual close friends like I know you are, okay? Learn from the things you hear from each other and be kinder to your lady friends. Just please do so. Please. He'll probably do it eventually, but he hasn't done it now. Trump pardoned, is it Ghislaine? I don't know. I don't give a shit about her. In exchange for her saying that he's not on the Epstein tapes. False. Trump has not pardoned Maxwell. She received limited immunity from the Justice Department to answer questions about the child sex trafficking ring that led to her 20-year Really? Wait, a 20-year prison sentence? For what she did? Are you high? God damn, I thought she was never getting out. What is the point here? President Trump said he has not considered granting a pardon for Maxwell. He has said, I could do it. Like, it felt almost like he was saying it as a threat. Like, what? But you think we're not gonna find her? It's first grade SpongeBob. Or it's first grade SpongeBob. I don't know how this is supposed to be read. Everyone keeps asking how Sonic is racing underwater, yet no one has asked how SpongeBob, a character who canonically cannot drive, yes he can compete in a race, let alone win. Canon-breaking stuff right here. You don't need a license to drive a sandwich. It's not that SpongeBob can't or has never been able to drive, it's that he's never been able to get a license because he sucks at it, alright? Arguably, that makes him way more qualified to race in a dipshit kart racing game like this, okay? Because I'd rather play the chaotic little psycho sponge guy than anybody else. He's really throwing something into the ring here that no one in Mario Kart has ever been able to bring. No, not even Waluigi. I'm sorry, none of them can bring the chaos that this guy can, okay? Joey getting quite defensive over getting confronted for making contradictory tweets. Joey? Like Joey from Friends? Let's see. The Epstein files come tomorrow. Any living people on that list should immediately be jailed. Being in the Epstein files does not mean you're a pedophile, by the way. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody, let's calm down. Post the full tweet below before you get sued for defamation. The original post is not defamation, as both posts are real. Cropping the rest of the second post doesn't change its meaning in a misleading way. You're so stupid, man. Show your face behind this account, why don't you? Why do you hide behind SpongeBob the square pant? This guy's gotta be a fake account, right? Have some balls and show your face. Sure, I'm a true black American woman, and I've been black all my life. I'm sorry, the way he said that, I think he's a parody account. There is no way he unironically said, why do you hide behind SpongeBob the square pant? No way. Is that Dan Henschel? The 1-year anniversary of that mistake is tomorrow. You do remember what happened, right? And how that was a fake story, right? This was not a fake story. Joey blah 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 was exposed for operating a fake X account posing as a black woman to criticize Kamala Harris and support Trump after accidentally posting from his main account. Why are we asking Grok anything? No, I'm not reading that. I'm sorry, I'm not reading anything from Grok, dude. Joey's an idiot enough. All child should get the death penalty. Nancy Mace wrote this minutes after voting against the release of the Epstein files. Luther Corp sends their condolences to the friends and family of Malik Ali. Malik Ali? Sorry, Luther Corp is directly responsible for the death. Official statement. Luther Corp denies claims that our CEO, Lex Luthor, was responsible for the death of Malik Ali. Lex Luthor is a great man and probably the only billionaire I can think of right now who's actually really, really nice. If you saw the new Superman movie, he's really nice in that. A very polite man. He might just be a little mad because he's bald sometimes. Probably not something you'd want to lie about. Nobody's gonna believe me, but I actually shagged her before she was famous. What? Sabrina Carpenter was 14 years old when she got her breakout role in Girl Meets World. Dog, you really gotta think before you start saying shit like that. It's gross enough to make claims like that, and it's pathetic enough to make claims like that, knowing it's not true, but it's a whole different look when you forget that before we all knew who they were, that was like 12 minutes ago, and they were a child. So maybe you should just shut up, Scott. If you want to overturn the Online Safety Act, you are on the side of predators. It's as simple as that. That's why they always use protecting children, so that they can immediately go, you don't agree with what we're doing, you're a predator, you're going to be put to death, something like that. Since coming into force, Online Safety Act has blocked/restricted censored content that wasn't what the act was for. This includes immigration and parliament debates. Wikipedia is challenging the categorization rules as the act will mean tough restrictions on the site. They're trying to restrict Wikipedia. Wikipedia, dude. That's insane. Protect the children. Restrict everyone's access to all human knowledge. Quick, do it, do it, do it. I love how the race science crowd struggles with the basic concepts of biology. Okay. Why are the crocodile, ladybug, and beetle different, but we're the same? Make it make sense, because it doesn't. And yes, I've read more on the subject than you'd like to hear. It's politics, that's my conclusion. I love that. What have you read? Tell me, what have you read? Huh? The biological species concept defines a species as members of populations that actually or potentially interbreed in nature, not according to similarity of appearance. Although appearance is helpful in identifying species, it does not define species. Oh, Dane, you racist jackass. Breaking news. Our owner Lex Luthor has been wrongfully arrested. A Daily Planet investigation uncovered financial records and internal documents connecting Luthor to illegal metahuman experiments and staged attacks. Allegations of illegally holding political prisoners in a pocket dimension have been substantiated by federal investigators. Meme was funny, but inaccurate. Do nothing. Win. You have the right to remain silent. Remain silent. 3 different detectives all lose their shit and rage quit in frustration. Win. Stephen McDaniel confessed and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Do you think he actually would have made it out if he did? Did he not shut up for hours and hours and hours? Was the confession real, by the way, or was it coerced because police are allowed to lie to you and abuse you physically, emotionally, and any other way they can think of to get you to say you did it just so that they can go home earlier? Has one of the most iconic and instantly recognizable soundtracks of all time, replaces it. I saw this one pop up on my feed like live, dude, and I could not believe it. So fake. The soundtrack of Minecraft has not been replaced, but rather new tracks and triggers have been added over the years. Yeah, I don't know what this guy was trying to say. It was never replaced. It's never going to be replaced. Don't get pissy just because they've added like a new version of the album that's also there. You're just pissed off because Lena Raine is awesome, okay? Quit being a little baby. She rules. Her music rules. Get used to it, dog. My 16-year-old niece just started her first job at the Tim Hortons in our small town in rural Nova Scotia. Proud uncle moment. No, it's not, because that's an AI photograph, you pile of shit. What do you stand to gain at a... Oh, you got a check mark. You got a check mark. I will say, Brownie points to this guy for one single thing. It was a positive tweet. It was fake, but it was positive. It's not bullshit negativity that's just trying to drum up drama for the paycheck. He lied about something positive. I'm a proud uncle of my 16-year-old niece. At the very least, it was trying to be heartwarming and not piss you off. Although the fact that it's AI kind of did that. Nancy hasn't passed elementary school U.S. history. I mean, who has, right? Did Hakeem Jeffries just say the Declaration of Independence reads like an indictment? Did I hear that right? Well, a key part of the Declaration of Independence is an indictment of King George III. Nancy's never read anything. They're using the classic skin tone card. By the OP's own admission, this is deliberate engagement bait to try and help raise money to defend against lawsuits lawsuits targeting people who maliciously tried to flout copyright law to harm another creator. I will say it was crazy how no one gave a shit about Charlie brandishing any weapon in a video, but yeah, the moment Hassan did it on stream, it was very different. I don't know the context behind either of those. I remember he has popped out guns on a couple of occasions to talk about how he knows and understands their safety, how they work, all that fun stuff. I don't know about Hassan. I don't watch Hassan. I'm not really there. The last time I watched Hassan was when I was watching the January 6th insurrection in Cambridge. Okay, so if I know, just seems a little weird from an outsider's perspective. I see dozens of missiles above me going into the bomb shelter now. The full-blown war has officially begun. This X account is run by, I'm not sure, an individual from India. Oh, for the love of God. Glazing and astroturfing on an epic scale. Look at that AI-generated furry profile photo. Gen Z has invented micro-retirement, where you take a week off of work and then go back. This is a vacation. It was not invented by Gen Z. Did Barstool Sports really try to do an Onion/Hard Drive magazine tier headline? Because that sounded like shit. There's no way that wasn't intended to be that. They want to try and break in on that headliner market, right? They just forgot like one thing. They need to be funny. You know what I mean? Also, is that an AI photo of that dude? I can't even tell anymore, man. I hate this shit. Someone's never seen a naked woman. Not again. Are you serious? Huh? Oh no. She looks great. Oh, how terrible. Florence Pugh looks awesome. Oh no. That's so pathetically lame. I know what this guy's bitching about, and it has nothing to do with her body necessarily. What it has to do with what this bitch is complaining about is that she's wearing a swimsuit that's less revealing than he would like it to be. That's exactly what he's bitching about. It's an old-fashioned swimsuit that covers up a little bit more in the midsection, and he just has to bitch about it, huh? Leave her the fuck alone. This is a mons pubis. Human beings naturally have a fatty lump called the mons venus or mons pubis. Women tend to carry more fat in this area, and the mons venus forms part of the vulva. Yes, that was another thing, by the way. I didn't want to mention it, but of course these dudes are quote-unquote transvestigating everybody. It's so funny that they all say, we can tell. They literally never can. Take that to heart. These dudes are just making shit up and flinging it at the walls. They don't know what's going on, period. Hell, they probably don't even know what a period is, right? Bro really thought he was onto something. I got a huge scoop for y'all, so spoilers for Superman. The real identity of Superman is Clark Kent, a journalist at Daily Planet, okay? Superman's identity is currently unknown, and unlike Clark Kent, he doesn't wear glasses. This scoop is conjecture based on unreliable information. What's next? Are you gonna claim that Batman is billionaire philanthropist Bruce Wayne? Yeah, I really doubt it, dude. Idiot. Pizzagate was real. Award-winning ABC journalist who debunked Pizzagate pleads guilty in horrific child case. The screenshot's fake. The New York Post never published this headline. The ABC journalist who was convicted never wrote an article debunking Pizzagate. White Hispanics aren't a real thing. There are Europeans and Latin countries like this. These are just white people who speak Spanish. Then there are half-caste people who are white mix, but they're still just Hispanics. A lot of these people are World War II refugees. Hispanic is not a racial designation. It's a ethno-linguistic one, defined by anyone from a Spanish-speaking country. Around 58% of Hispanics worldwide identify as white. Women aren't attracted to cartoons. We aren't weird no-life gooners. I don't even need to read the community notes to know that that is one of the biggest lies ever told, honey. That is one of the biggest lies. Ladies goon the same... Okay, not the same way. Absolutely not. Not even a little bit. But come on, okay? My Finnish friend tells me all the time about a cartoon man that she just cannot get enough of. Look, it happens. It happens all the time, okay? Don't even, okay? OMG, no wonder I love this movie so much. Pro-Palestinians are boycotting the Netflix hit movie K-pop Demon Hunters after it shows Gazans as demons. This post frames it as officially confirmed news when the movie never explicitly mentions this, nor has anyone working on the film. OP also admits that it's based off of her subjective interpretation of the film, believing that the film implies it. Okay, if that's what she got from K-pop Demon Hunters, maybe she should go hang out with Gima or something like that. Maybe she should hang out with Gima. I'm just saying, they sound very similar in goals. Put that bitch under the honeymoon, please.